does coming from OS fuel you or fuck with you, like creatively speaking?
Bit of both.
Agreed.
Because I find it fuels me because it's a small town and everybody sees what you're doing and you've grown up with everybody. So like for the most part, everybody supports you, right? Mm-hmm. But I also find from being from a small town that there's a lot of people where it's like, if it wasn't for social media, nobody would, like, those people wouldn't be in our lives anymore. Like, and it's a mutual thing, right? Like, it would be like somebody I haven't talked to or seen in 8 years, but they see everything online and are there. And so they go, well, I have the right to give my word and judge it. You totally do, and that's totally cool. Do your thing. But it's like, you have to find that barrier between, like, the opinions and the people who are actually pushing you and the people who are, like, posing as pushing you.
Yeah.
And, that are actually trying to, like, stop it. You know what I mean?
Well said. Well said.
And that goes to, like, life and anything. It's not just, like, with music. That's life in general. But, like, it's one thing I've noticed. Like, I'm going to be honest. I went out and I met a lot of people this year, and it was one of the, like, best years of my life, regardless of everything that went on, because I met some amazing people and did some really cool stuff. But it was also one of the, like, hardest, loneliest years of my life, because when I moved away, it was a huge rude awakening to who's actually going to hold through. And then when I came back, it was like an even ruder one.
I know exactly what you mean.
In a good way, and there's so many people I love and appreciate, but it's just kind of like, it's been a learning curve.
You find out who your real friends are.
Yeah.
I had the same thing because I had to move back. I moved back here, 2 years ago. Same situation, housing situation, went tits up, had to come back. And yeah, it was, even though I was with my ex now, but it was lonely because I didn't, like, I had, like, maybe, like, my brother and, like, Pat and maybe, like, a few other people, and that was pretty much it. And it was just like, man, like, what happened?
It's that feels lonely in a room full of people kind of lonely, though.
Fuck
you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like that, like, there's been, like, a lot of self-reflection and a lot of, like, outward reflection and, like...
What of your songs that you have out right now means the most to you and why?
That's hard.
I know. It doesn't have to be one.
I'd say probably either O Sound. Oh, that's hard. Either O Sound or Billboard. But, like, I also want to say Divine Takeover, because that was, like, the first one I came out with.
That's a fucking dope track.
That was the very first track I dropped. And, like, full track. And Billboard is, like, my pride and joy because I put a lot into it. And it vibed well with Jay Hill, and it was, like, working with somebody who got me because I've worked since high school. And, like, for me, it was kind of like, yay, 1 year post-accident, dropped the track finally, woohoo!
Oh, it's
like,
fucking awesome.
And then O Sound just bumps. Like, I'm just proud of it, and I love it.
It does. It does. It bumps so hard, especially if you're from Owen Sound and you know what she's talking. You know what you're talking, like, you're talking about in the song. It's like you painted a really good picture of the town, though. I feel like you do it justice.
No.
It's not. It's not like it's all just the sketchy bullshit. It's like you give summer folk props and you give like the music and the scene. Yeah, other folk too. Got to give other folk props too. Can't just have all them, just all the summer folk people around here. Holy hell! Yeah. So do you have any crazy OS stories for me? Because I know we've got billions between the two of us. We don't have to use. We don't. I can sense. I can cut names out and do all that as well. So don't worry about that. We can also use euphemism for people if you need.
I don't even know where to begin. There was the time the one girl was gonna try to fight my friend.
Oh.
And she was, like, known as a bully. And I remember, like, she was a lot bigger than me, and I've never been in a fight, like, not a real one, to this day, unless you count that time I got dogpiled at Pizza for trying to stop one, or the time I got picked up by my throat, but that's another story. Yeah, no, this girl was, like, kind of a bully, trying to bug my friend. Actually, it was a couple of my friends, and I got fed up with it and, like, stood up to her, like, in person. and on social media where they were doing it, and they didn't like that, so they started trying to bug me for a while. But I kind of like banked on the like, you're not going to actually do it, like, you know what I mean? And they didn't. They never ever did. And I was the only person that they didn't screw with after that.
Because you stood up for yourself.
And that's what they told me. They like messaged, and we're fine now. Like, I like her, she's cool, but like, she's grown from that. Obviously, we're in our friggin' 20s now. So. But yeah, no, she came to me like years later and messaged me and did the like full-on apology and was like, "You're literally the only person the entire time I was in high school that ever stood up to me." She was like, "Mad respect for that," because I was a dick, and I was like, "You know what, man? It's no big deal." Because at the time, it didn't even cross my mind. I was like, "What is she even talking about?" And then we actually like hung out and like talked about everything, and I was like, "Oh yeah, right, okay." But I was like, "Whatever, shit happens," and like you acknowledge it, whatever. And like, I totally was a mouthpiece in high school, but I like to be a little bit cocky and think that I was like a mouthpiece for all the right reasons. It was like, you can push me around, that's fine, just don't push my friends around.
Yeah, I get you. That's hilarious. Well, that's how you gotta beat bullies, right? Like, don't take their shit.
And that's the other thing too, is like, I use the word bully, but it's not really a word that means anything to me, because for me it's like, yeah, there are bullies and they do exist, but like, you're only really, like, I get it, and there are extreme cases and people go through really horrible stuff, but like, in my mind, everything that I've been through, and in every case where somebody would look at it like, "Oh, she got bullied," I'm like, I don't see it that way. I just see it as like, "Oh, yo, I see your character, deuces, don't care about your opinion anymore."
Yep. I didn't get fucked with in high school. I got fucked with before that, like public school, like elementary school. I got fucked with a lot, but not in high school. People thought I was a school shooter.
I had a bully in elementary school till like grade 3, and then I was selling chocolate bars for baseball once with my friend Anna, and he lived in a neighborhood. And when he answered the door, he didn't realize who it was going to be. And I don't know why, but he was, like, naked. And then it was kind of just, like, ever after, it was like, "Yeah, you can't bully us anymore."
I've seen you naked, fool.
No, but then, yeah. See, that's the thing, is everybody who's ever done anything like that to me, in pretty much all cases, is, like, come back later and been like, "Yo, you know what?" And if it's been, like, a case where I'm like, I may have overreacted, man, I'll generally come back and say it.
I can't say the same. The one guy who fucked with me a lot in public school, he's just out of his mind, like crazy, like legit crazy. So, and the other guy, and I just remember I got stabbed in high school too. So there you go. Not something crazy serious, but no, he was also like just another fucked up kid, but still didn't get an apology for that either.
Actually, craziest high school story is still Brooke and Vickers' party.
Which one?
The one that ended up on Crime Stoppers in the news.
I wasn't at that one. You're gonna have to tell me that one.
That was their big field party, and I don't remember what happened, but somebody's truck got like smashed into an L shape, and
okay, this is starting to come back to me.
Broke his jaw and got airlifted to London. And that was the night got freaking stabbed in the stomach and walked like all the way to Pizza or something like that from Vickers. And like, I left before any of this happened.
I'd hope so.
That's the earliest I've ever left a party in my life. I left at 11:30. Love Brooke to death. She's my best friend, and it was a fun night. But woo, did it ever hit the fan?
No shit.
I remember like sitting on the ledge where the pool's supposed to be, and I'm like down for the count. And it's like 11:30ish, and I'm like swinging my feet back and forth, sitting with Omar. I look over, and there's Chad being dragged along, and his mouth is just hanging. And I was like, "Oh, time to go. Hope you're okay. I'm getting out of here."
That's fucking crazy. I think now that you started telling me bits and pieces, I remember somebody telling me some stories of that. Holy shit.
Yeah. I think that was a high school party, or was that after high school? I can't remember.
I think that may have been after, but how the fuck?
But not long after.
How the fuck would I know?
Was there. There's pictures on Facebook of him wearing my leather jacket.
That's hilarious. I was probably in university at the time or whatever at that point.
Oh, he might have been, or it may have been that summer before he left.
I didn't know it ended up on fucking Crime Stoppers though. That's insane. Oh my god, this kind of like the London riots, how a bunch of boys around here started that one. No names mentioned.
That was on the picture for the paper.
I didn't know about that. Like, I obviously saw the footage and all that at the time, but I didn't know about that the local connection around here to that. No names mentioned. No, fuck yeah, that's yeah. Like, I didn't realize that local connection until I think my brother or someone told me about that. I was like, huh.
Actually, fun fact about being from Owen Sound in the rap industry, you wouldn't realize it, but that actually gives you some street cred.
You know what? I see it.
I've been in multiple cities where I'm doing shows, and like other people or other artists come up to me, and they're after I do like my set, because I do O Sound, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is like about my hometown, and I do O Sound, and then they come up to me after and like, you don't tell people you're from Owen Sound. And I'm like, you do if you're like, I was like, if I was a folk singer or something, no, but like I'm a rapper, so yeah, I do tell them because it makes you look at me like that.
Well, that was the thing, like in university, either you had no idea where Owen Sound was, or if you knew it, it was
Exactly.
I can see you getting street. That's good to know now.
Right?
Yo, where you from, dog? I'm from Owen Sound. Oh shit. That's awesome. That's crazy. Well, it makes sense. If you grew up here, it makes sense.
We got a lot more here. If you want to know about it, listen to my track.
We also have really good weed here too.